Hi, my name is Harshit, and I'll be your mock examiner for the day. And we are at our virtual test center at Celestial IELTS. So, could you please tell me your full name?
So my full name is Abdulloh Gaybullayev. You can call me by my first name, Abdullah.
Okay, Abdullah, where are you from?
I'm from Uzbekistan, from a little town there called Bukhara, and that particular town located at the heart of our country.
Can you tell me a bit more about Bukhara?
So Bukhara is one of the most iconic with his monuments, with historical buildings that capture all of the beauty when compared to all continents. So which means, yeah, it is so iconic with its beautiful picturesque monuments.
Great. So, do you work or study?
So right now I'm a student. Like if you like asked me this question a couple of years ago, I used to work, but right now I'm practicing English more than a year. So which means yes, I'm a student and I'm preparing for my upcoming exam test.
Okay, great. Can you tell me about this exam that you're preparing for?
So yes, I'm preparing for particular IELTS and the thing is I might be good at speaking and a little bit writing, but I don't think that I'm so skilled in terms of the listening. I'm trying my best in reach my potential desire and get my score from the IELTS exam. So, and I've been like dedicating nearly 8 hours in a day for oral improving, enhancing my English skill. It is like English, you know what? English is not only something about always addicting to yourself to hard work, but it also kind of atmosphere, like kind of electric atmosphere that you on your own, something from your deep down tell you should study something like you study with that sense of contentment. So which means yeah, I'm really into studying English right now.
Really good, really good. Okay, now let's talk about food. Okay, so here I'm gonna ask you a few personal or those kind of questions related to food. So, what is your favorite food?
Uh, so as I'm kind of bibliophile person, there are a lot of bunch of books that I'm really into, but the one that stand out most from other, I feel like it is the book, their particle called How to Not Procrastinate. The author portrayed about
Okay. So here I asked about food,
Mhm.
not books. So my question is, what is your favorite food?
Food.
Yes.
Food. My bad, my bad. Like, I couldn't hear you. I don't know because of what. So,
Hmm.
one of my favorite food in my country cuisines is I feel like it is pulao because it is so widely accepted even among all foreigners. There are some wide area of people who came from foreign country to just feel this sense of like to feel test one of the delicious food that we have in our country in our town particularly. And this is my favorite one apart from others. Hello.
Great, great. All right. Okay. So do you prefer home cooked meals or eating out?
Now, of course, I'm a kind of a person who go for the former one because you know what? Even there's a lot of option whenever you go to outside, wide range of foods that you can choose that you want. But I feel like the homemade cook that was prepared from your mother. This is kind of another thing that you can eat, and your favorite delicious slice that your mother know putting ingredients on your favorite. So which means yeah, I'm a kind of person who always go for the former one.
Great, great. Okay. Has your taste in food changed over time?
Uh, I feel like tremendously. Like back in the days, back in the era, the ingredients that was put into palau in our national food, it was kind of not satisfied. Like people cannot sate it from that. But in today's era, with a lot of additional like ingredients, for instance, like rice, meat, and everything, it turned out to be so good that I feel like whenever someone, even it is vegetarian, even it is someone like, let's say, someone who really into eating meats, I think fell in love with that. So which means yes, it has changed tremendously over time.
Okay, great. So is there a type of food you don't like?
Uh, So I don't think so. As back in the days, I was a chubby person and I was in a strict diet, and I feel like that taught me a lot. It served as a lesson to do not choose particular meal for me. And nowadays, I don't think that I have particular meal that I really hate or don't like. So, and even I'm not gonna choose. There might be some like priorities in myself, counting like nutrients, calories, but I don't think that I have that I really don't like.
Okay, fine. Now let's talk about meal times in your country and more about food. Okay. So, what is a typical breakfast in your country like?
So I feel like the people who are bodybuilders and always pay attention for their health, it is something full of protein. This is kind of a people who pay attention for their health. They are not kind of people who really into something like sweetie from the early morning. They always pay attention for their calories, nutrients. There's something full of protein. Yes, it might be something like eggs, or there's some rice. So which means yeah, it mostly. It is well accepted in our country to pay attention to our diet and have something full of energy, full of nutrients from.
Mhm. Okay, great, great, great. All right, now let's move on to part two. Okay, here I'm gonna give you a question and I would like you to talk on it for 1 to 2 minutes.
So describe, uh-huh.
Okay, here's your cue card. I want you to talk about a special meal you had. Okay, you have 1 minute time for this. I mean, for preparation. You have 1 minute time for preparation starts now, and you can make some notes if you wish. All right, can you start speaking now? Remember that you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, and I'll let you know when to.
Mm-hmm. So there is only one particular meal that I fell in love a while ago, and it hands down palo. So back in the days, like once I mentioned, I was a chubby, undetermined guy, and once I took initiatives in my life to lose my weight, I started incorporating daily routine. I started incorporating jogging, heavy exercise, with the intermingling of light exercise. So it turned out to be so positive. I felt a lot of improvement. But after realizing that I should also incorporate diet in my routine, so I addressed my initial pounds, my fat, and I also was able to and I also was able to gain some muscles, which it turned so positive. But during back in the days, so my strict diet was incorporated in it like something dry thing something so something ingredient to make something delicious. They're particularly fruitful for the people, for the sportsmen like me. So after trying this, like after chronicle practicing, trying my best in order to cook on my own because it is not popular in my country. So it turned out to be so good that from the just spoon of that meal, I just fell in love with that taste because I don't know, I don't particularly recall the exact ingredients because it was too a while ago. During that time, I just cooked with a lot of things. Like it cost considerable sums even for the nutrients that it contains, but turned out to be so positive. Even like I cannot recall the exact name of the food because I think it was a Turkish. It was related to a Turkish food system, and but after practicing a lot, I become skillful so in cooked it. So this is the particular meal that I figure out that's so delicious in my daily routine, and I cooked it
Okay, thank
like
you.
it was yes, it was a while ago.
So, did you give this particular dish, this special meal to anyone else?
Yes, I handled it to my mother and father to just this. So the expected result, they don't like it because they are type of people who don't like training or they something that is fruitful to our body. Like there is basically a concept. Food that you don't like is actually beneficial for your health, but it is reverse for the unhealthy foods.
Mhm. Okay. All right. So now let's talk more about food and everything. Okay. So, do many people in your country like fast food?
Yes, like in today's day, whereas people become so like from the people become so busy from their hectic lifestyle, most of the people turn into more alternative ways instead of just wasting bunch of their time just sitting and like most of the people in our country susceptible to waste their time by having coherent conversation over meals. So which means, but right now, most of the people individual turning to more alternative ways. Once again, they yes becoming really into fast food because of its taste and 5 minute preparation. It is too fast, but I feel like it is unhealthy. But
Okay, so
yeah, it becomes in our eating.
all right. So why do you think it is unhealthy?
Because even though it contains meat, fruit and vegetables, because of the freezing it lose from its nutrients. And the you know what, after frying them once, after frying them they totally lose their nutrients. And even like people, there is like scientifically proven theory, even after the eating the like bunch of calories of fast food, you are like you, there is 100% chance that you can get that you can get hungry after a while, apart from the food that you should eat. So which means for such a reason, for the freezing nutrients and all in all killing that fruitful let's say vitamins. So for such a reason it is unhealthy, that our body cannot fulfill its need by intaking daily nutrients for our daily life, for being energetic. So for such a reason,
Okay, fine. So do you think traditional food is disappearing in your country?
I like eating fast food.
No. My question is,
uh,
do you think traditional food is disappearing in your
ah,
country?
ah. Traditional food. Okay. So according to my hypothesis, I don't think so. I don't think so. Even though like Western foods, Turkish, American fast food, they cannot totally replace our traditional foods, because compared to their food, it is kind of one of the greatest delicious one. Even it stand out most from other countries with its taste, because it feels like us about cherishing slice of our childhood where our grandparents used to cook for us being as a child. So which I don't think so. Even with the prominent, with the soul development, even there are might be some, let's say, developments and new type of foods in our country become so common and become introduced by other people. I don't think that they can replace our traditional foods.
Okay, good. All right, now let's talk more about this eating habits. Okay. So how can schools encourage children to eat more healthy?
Uh, I feel like from early introducing to a child from their from their background, for instance, being at a school with in a company of people, like with your classmates, group mates, always interpreting to a child way that they can internalize the meaning of nutrients, the meaning of food, by incorporating some, by practicing, by facing. First of all, I feel like child should face with some orders in order to understand that why it is important to eating healthy food. And I feel like yes, like schools play imperative role, like a pivotal role in introducing, because teaching child from early beginning, being like teachers that teach children in schools are a role model for them. And I think yes, they play a crucial role in the interpreting to a child importance of healthy foods. I feel like
Hmm.
that.
Okay,
uh,
fine.
uh,
All right. Mm-hmm. So do you think that people will still cook at home in the future?
Definitely yes, definitely yes, because compared to the past, there was uh, reduction in a reduction in number of people who would like who into to a sport. But with technology development, with all of this information that the internet sources provide, people started to understand the importance of homemade food. Even compared to a restaurant, it is way more cheaper and a greater than it tastes, especially when it cooked from your then it especially when it cooks from the person to near to your heart, for instance, like from your wife or the mother. So and I feel like in the future, yes, there is a great probability that people would like totally would like to turn homemade food, even in times like people who work in corporation in a big factories, they just would like to bring their food with the, for instance, like in a mix that was made from their mother or their wife. So which means yes, like in the future, yes, there is a higher probability that people would like to turn to homemade foods. Even there is a lot of sources where they can get that foods from the restaurant. So which means, yeah,
Okay, great. Okay, thank you so much, Abdullah. Your test is over.
it was good. It was good, teacher. I feel like
Mhm.
even I didn't speak, I didn't speak on my potential because for the first time I'm speaking on such topics related to food, nutrients for the first time. So even it was not on my potential, so I tried my best. So now
Okay.
I'm gonna
Yeah, you
say,
did. Okay, overall you spoke well. I didn't notice a lot of mistakes or anything. You are an energetic speaker. I like that about you. You are smiling. You have that positive energy at all times. It's like you are really into speaking. You really enjoy the process instead of like how some other students do it. They're always stressed out. They're like, oh, I just want to clear this IELTS. I want band 9. That's all. But rather with you, I feel like you enjoy the process more than just the end goal. So that is a good thing. Good. Okay.
That's all about his mock test. Let me know what score he'll get. You'll get to know in a few days once I release the feedback video. And if you're looking for a similar mock test, you can get in touch with me through Telegram or WhatsApp and we can schedule your mock test. Other than these mock tests I conduct, I provide classes for IELTS, CELPIP, OET, PTE and other English proficiency tests. So if you're willing to join, you can get in touch with me through WhatsApp and we can get started. That's all. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing and don't forget to join my Telegram channel where I post more stuff about IELTS and English. Thank you so much for watching. See you with the next one and don't forget to share this video with others. Bye bye.